For a team filled with youth, each game provides a new opportunity to grow. Now in the heart of Big Ten play, which is stacked with top-ranked teams, nearly every night on the ice provides the opportunity to claim a marquee win. With a battle in Madison, the Spartans were able to do just that.
In the waning moments here, up to Hirose, high slot, gives it to Gatt, back to Hirose, right side, into the circle, with a shot, rebound, yes! Front shot, goal for Michigan State!
Both my parents are born in Winnipeg, and I was actually born in Winnipeg, and then I moved to Calgary when I was about 3 years old, and that's where my younger brother was born. He's 3 years younger than me. We were really close. Obviously love my family. They're the reason why I'm here right now, and they always give me so much support, and just can't thank them enough for everything they do for me. I started skating when I was about 3 or 4. I was just doing skating lessons. I remember I didn't really do much. I was sort of on my hands and knees just whacking the puck around with a plastic stick, and I actually wasn't going to start playing hockey, but one of my best friends decided to go into organized hockey, so I decided to sort of follow in his footsteps and play on the same team as him. So when I started playing organized hockey, I was on like the 7th best team, and I wasn't very good at it, and sort of worked at it. And then a couple years after that, I was on like the second team, and then sort of worked my way up. So I was never really the prodigy child like some of the guys I know, but yeah, I just had a lot of fun with it, so I just stuck with it. I always was a huge Flames fan, and growing up, like Craig Conroy, Jerome McGinley, those guys, I was in love with those guys, and I remember just countless nights just sitting around the TV watching them in the playoffs. Heartbreak in 2004, but yeah, I mean, for sure, just being around that atmosphere in Calgary, the Red Mile during the playoffs is something that is pretty infectious, and it definitely sort of tied into me wanting to become a hockey player. I feel like I just kept progressing and getting better each year, and I ended up playing on the best team, and I was playing with some of the best players like in our province, so that was definitely something. And I got invited to a top 40 camp for Team Alberta. Didn't end up making the team, but that was sort of a big step for me to see where I was at. And then throughout high school and junior, sort of thought there might be a chance that I could play college, but that was never really the first choice. Obviously, being from Western Canada, the WHL was sort of that first place that I always wanted to go to, and then sort of being a late developer, I think college is the right fit for me now. I think it was about halfway through my first year of junior hockey in Salmon Arm. Tom Noon had approached me, and he talked to me how they liked my game and how I played. So it was sort of toward the end of that year, and in that summer was the chance where I got to come up here and visit, and I sort of fell in love with campus and how they run things here.
As most Spartans know, it is hard to not fall in love with campus in the summer months. From the innovative infrastructure to the beautiful scenery, Taro knew Michigan State was a place he could call home. But with 1,500 miles separating Calgary and East Lansing, being away from family would be one of the toughest challenges in his journey.
I think it didn't really hit me until I was coming here for the summer, freshman year, that it was sort of like, wow, this is really far away from home. It's going to be a total change up. But I mean, when I was choosing schools, it wasn't really where the school is. It was sort of what the school is about and stuff like that. But yeah, for sure, freshman summer was a huge change for me, but it was nice to come in and sort of get used to the school environment. Being from Canada, it was sort of a weird, I'd heard about the college hockey sort of fans and what they're like, but I think you don't really understand it until you're really here. And obviously you have a great student section and great fans, and I think it just makes you want to come to the rink more every day and have a good game, because you know if you're going to play well, then the fans are going to keep coming, and there's nothing better than hearing the fight song right after you score a goal, or hearing the fans just get up when you have a good chance.
Not knowing Taro, and I'd seen him play out on several games last year following the Spartans, and his play is animated. I mean, he's a wonderful hockey player to watch, and he does so many nice things. And I thought that he might be a little louder as an individual, but when you meet him, he's very reserved, very soft-spoken. But I don't. It's not a lack of thought. I think he thinks things through.
I'm not too vocal, but I try to lead by example. So just do the right things. Maybe just chipping pucks in. Maybe instead of trying to make a play at the blue line, because I think guys will notice that. Or even if a smaller guy like me goes out and tries to make a big hit, I think guys will notice that on the bench, and hopefully I can get them up. And sort of in the locker room, I don't try to say too much, but I think if the team needs it, then I'll speak up and say a little couple things. But I think our captains do a really good job of keeping the team focused between periods.
When Taro plays, when he practices, he does everything kind of full strength, full speed. He gets a lot accomplished, and I think what he does is he influences our team by showing them things that they can do out there, showing them the right way to do it. It gives the team confidence. I think when they see him make a good play, it makes everybody a little bit taller, a little bit faster, and I think they feed off of that. And then I think the backfill of that is that they can see a young man that has that much success and that much ability to be that humble and that good of a servant leader. I think it's a tremendously powerful leadership situation.
Obviously, being a smaller guy, you can't go into the corners like Brendan Sanford and kill a guy and muscle him off the puck. So it's a little more cerebral game, and I think it's always you're going fast, but you're never really in a hurry. You're only going as fast as you need to go, and I think it's just trying to outsmart everyone else.
Here, Hirose at the line and over in some room, skates and fires. Taro Hirose.
When you get the puck, there's obviously multiple different ways that you can go with it, and I think I just try to watch a lot of hockey. I watched Datsuk a lot when I was growing up, and just the sort of decisions that they make, those high percentage decisions, and in that split second you sort of have to decide which play is going to have the chance of working out the most. And sometimes when you get the puck in the slot and all the defenders are looking for you to shoot the puck, there's that guy who's standing on the backside just wide open, and some people are falling in love with just shooting the puck and maybe getting it blocked, but maybe looking off to the side and trying to find that guy every once in a while is going to keep the defense on their toes.
Driving into the right circle, gives it up to Lewandowski. Shot, goal for Michigan State.
Boy, I tell you what, he does. Johnny Gaudreau is kind of a guy. He doesn't play quite as slashing a game as that, but I think from the cerebral end, I think from the how fast he processes the game, and then when he gets to spots, he has the hands to make it happen. I mean, he can make a pass, he can score a goal, he finds him. He just works so well without the puck. I'd say that'd be a guy. Pat Kane's got a little bit of that too, to where they just do a lot of good work without the puck, and they're ahead of the play, and they kind of make it look easy sometimes. There's a lot going on there. There's a lot of work ahead of those great plays, but I think really good players are like that. They make things look easy, and he's real smooth out there, and it's fun to watch.
Being able to play at a big school like Michigan State, and have all these fans coming to the game, is that you get these young kids watching, and especially for me, like Jerome McGinley being my role model, I think you want to be that good role model, playing the right way, and have a game style that little kids can look up to, and when you're out there, they can, if they're talking to you, they can say, hey, you're my favorite player, because there's nothing makes you feel better than that.
I mean, that's the kind of young man we want. He's outstanding in school. He's great with his teammates. He's a good citizen, and to boot, he's a really, really good hockey player. So, whenever he's out there, whenever he's talking for us, whenever he's an example, he's always kind of putting the Spartans on a good footing. So, having guys like that, it's just a pleasure, and hopefully, you get a locker room full of guys like that.
How's it going, guys? My name's Spencer Wright, sophomore goalie here. One of the cool things about being a goalie in ice hockey is you kind of get to express yourself more than some of the other guys on the team would. So my whole concept was to kind of have a simpler, more bold design that the fans could notice and kind of appreciate from up in the crowd, with some more undertones underneath that are pretty cool. So what I decided to go with first was a classic updated Spartan head logo on my right side here. The painter did a good job of kind of adding some detail and underneath to kind of make it stand out, which I really like. Other side, I did my favorite Spartan logo of all time, the old school kind of cartoon throwback Sparty. Then I did on top of that kind of a white racing stripe down the middle that kind of makes the helmet pop and is similar to what we see on the MSU football helmets. The back plate, kind of more personal for me. I've got a cross to represent my faith and one of my favorite Bible verses on the back. And then I've got American flag because I'm a proud American, of course. And then the last little logo I threw on here is a tribute to one of my friends from high school, David Wodzinski, who passed from a heart condition that went unnoticed. So it's neat to have that on there. It kind of gives me some inspiration moving forward. So that's about it. I'm looking forward to getting my my new mask in next year. So if anyone has any suggestions or ideas, feel free to zip them my way.
I'll start off with I got the Spartan head here, obviously. Easy one to put on top of the mask, represent the team there. And then the stars on the sides that I have here, I've had those since I played at the NTDP. I've kind of always just kept them on the sides of my mask like that. And then I went with a military theme, so I have like the digital camo all around the whole mask. On this side is Sparty in front of a fighter jet, so there's that. And then on the other side I got Sparty in front of a tank. And then going around the chin here, I got all the branches of the military. And then I have the dog tags with my number on it in the front. So the big thing for me was I have like a lot of family that have been in the military. It starts with my dad. He went to West Point. 4 of his brothers were all in the Army or in the Navy. And then both my grandpas were in the Army. And it kind of goes on and on and on with my great uncles and great grandparents. So I have that. And then I've had this on my mask for a while too, where it's kind of hard to see there, but you got like the flag raising of Iwo Jima. So I've had that on there for a while. And besides that, I got Michigan State going around the chin as well there, so kind of keep going with that theme as well. So try and mix in a little bit of both, keep it going.
So for my mask this year, I was pretty excited to do it. I came up with the idea probably in the springtime that I wanted to do kind of more of a tribute mask, and I was kind of bouncing ideas back and forth with my family and friends, and this is kind of what we came up with. So on one side, we had tribute to Bob Asenza and Jeff Lerg. Bob Asenza was the national championship winning goalie in 1986, and then Jeff Lerg, the national championship winning goalie in 2007. And then on the other side, I have legendary coach Ron Mason, who's obviously one of the most winningest coaches in all of hockey, and he was a huge part of Michigan State hockey program. And then the other one, Ryan Miller, who holds probably just about every goalie record in Michigan State hockey history. So it means a lot to me to be able to have these guys on my mask, kind of like a little reminder, the great people that have been a part of Michigan State hockey, and kind of where we want to get it back to. And then also on the back, I got the 3 national championship banners, kind of as another reminder, we want to get that 4th one here. We want to be a part of that. So yeah, and then just have the Michigan State logos on both sides right here on each side. And I have a little gold in there because it kind of matches my pads. I have a little gold on the lettering. And then on the back here, besides the banners, I have 4-leaf clover. That's something that I've been doing for good luck on all my masks since I was a kid. And then this logo right here means a lot to me. It has my high school logo, but it also has in honor of Bill Noon, who's my coach in high school. He passed away from cancer a couple summers ago. And it also has Kim Strong, which is something I've been putting on my mask for the last couple years. It's a little saying for my buddies that I played with in high school, his mom that passed away during our season from cancer as well. That's the cool part about being a goalie is it's very personalized, very customized. So along with the equipment, the pads, the mask is probably the coolest part. It's kind of the more flashy part that you can make it. So it's really unique, and it's really a cool part of
what the position brings.
I'm really excited to see Madison Square Garden. Just all the history that's there. You hear a lot about the place. The Rangers play there. The Knicks play there.
Never been on a plane before. Can we get up some wings?
Very refreshing. Just a nice refreshing Coke. Let's do a little music. Maybe take a nap here in a little while. Get through the flight.
Welcome to Newark. The local time is approximately 2:45 p.m.
Brody Stevens here, freshman forward, killing time on the bus, trying to help you people out and give you guys the answers to the questions you really want to know. First question, do you like your mom or your grandma more?
My mom. My mom.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, Grandma. If you had one guy on the team you wouldn't want to fight, who would it be?
Probably you.
Thank you.
Yeah, probably Brody or... Yeah, Brody.
Yeah. Big fists.
Oh, look at that view. That's sick. Oh my God. Garden's right there, man.
Welcome to New York City, eh? Yeah. Mind blowing. Lucky.
Getting spoiled for sure. Definitely getting spoiled.
Me and Cam's are gonna unpack, so we'll see you later for dinner. Thanks for coming by.
This place is beautiful.
Gorgeous. Drop dead gorgeous.
Probably get the New York
Crab cakes.
strip since we're in New York.
Gino's getting the salad and nothing else. He's been watching his video.
Whoa. Eat it with the cucumber or no? You already ate it?
Let's do a final dissection here.
I can't see with all the lights on.
I didn't know how to tell.
No, mine's looking pretty darn good. I'm looking forward to this.
This is pretty neat. That's pretty neat. What kind of tree do you think that is?
It's an aspen tree. You can tell it's an aspen tree by the way it is.
Oh no! Boots, you're back in New York. How's it feel?
Feels right at home. Feels good to be back. See the city booming again.
It's been all 17 years.
Now we're going to go over what we've seen a lot of in zone. And this kill took a while in our zone, and our guys was pretty impressive. Number one thing that showed the most is our conditioning. Tommy, Paps, and two of our D got caught out there forever. They never wavered. They never wavered. Fatigue usually makes a coward of us all and allows us to do stupid things or forces you to do stupid things. We didn't. So credit to all the guys right there. Credit to our training.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in the Big Apple, New York City, as Michigan State gets ready to take on Minnesota for the second time in the weekend, the fourth time on the season. Michigan State, the home team, had the home locker room, the whole home experience here. We are underway. Michigan State wins the opening draw.
Kiefer, the pressure, drops in the save, and again, will hold on to it.
Here's a turnover for Brennan Sanford, coming in on the left wing with a shot and a save made by Robson. Zulsdorf trying to get it back to Gates. He'll bring it in on the left wing, out front, shot and a goal for Minnesota. A 2-on-1 rush leads to a goal for the Gophers. They have the lead, 1-0. And now the Spartans get it back. Lambden in with a shot, got the rebound back, tried to force it back in the short side, wouldn't go.
Minnesota power play, Brent Gates, great stick lift, leads to the one-timer from Leon Bristett. John Leffman right there to answer. Quick shot there, Robson the save.
Spartans with some good pressure there at the very end, but still nothing to show for it as they trail Minnesota by a score of 1-0. Comes back up top to Rosberg. Rosberg down the slot.
Yes!
Shot, goal for Michigan State. The shot went right down the middle and snuck past Robson. Middlestat up to the blue line, comes in with it, into the left circle, into the slot. Shot by Brent Gates Jr. And that will do it. A 2-1 win here at Madison Square Garden tonight.
Nothing like walking downtown Lansing or East Lansing, but it'll do for the day. Just excited to be here for a little while. Get out of the hotel for a little bit. I hope you got a lot of cash.